Well, hello everybody, this is Dear Mama Sal again, and it is, as you can see, the famous Zoom 329, and let's try not to mess that up this time. I've just realized I've got 2 hours before the Saturday evening meal, and it's our big cook-up night, so, and what we're having tonight is pork tenderloin. Here it is. Frozen solid. So what I've done is I've put it on my George Foreman, and I've put it on the lowest heat because what I'm going to do is to use that as a defrosting device. I'll just keep turning it and it will slowly thaw everything within the next little while, and then we will start cooking. And then over this side I've had a special request to repeat the fancy crust that I put on it last time, and of course you have all known me long enough to know I have no idea what I did that time. So how do I do this? First thing I think about is what will go well with pork. So I think apple always goes well with pork. I thought some raisins would go, cranberries, and I do know I used apricots last time, so I'm going to be using those 3 to give it a really nice taste, and then I will be adding probably some soy sauce, some Worcestershire sauce, and anything else I can find in the fridge that looks like it would go with pork. And it's that simple. And if I'm feeling really creative, I probably will cut up some apples into apple rings and fry those up. I think that was quite well enjoyed one time when I did it as well. And so we're just going to make an easy meal. We're going to do it with mashed potato and just some regular vegetables. So I'll take you along the way, as you guys always like to see how I do this. It's so difficult. Hold on a sec. So I dug through my fridge to have a look at see what might go well with the first part. I reckon the juice from some, it's the French version. There you go. The juice from some maraschino cherries would be nice. I thought add a bit of Dijon mustard in there. Definitely we've got the reduced sodium soy sauce, we like that. And then if I need some more volume to it, I thought I'd add some plum sauce. So, because that basically is what we're doing, a fancy plum sauce. Now obviously for the rest of you that like garlic or can eat garlic, which I can't, you'd throw that in as well. But basically it's going to be that simple. It's now nearly 3:34, so we've had a couple of minutes. Let's see how the pork's doing. So just the outside is going. I'm going to turn it over. So it's working really well. With the heat is very low on it, just enough to, start it sort of defrosting. Not too much heat, just enough to try and get some of the liquid out of it. So I think in about half an hour that will be sufficiently done, so that we can break the 2. I don't know why they always do, what do you call them? Tenderloins like that in a pack of 2. They're always a pack of 2. So it makes quite a nice meal for, we're going to be feeding 5 people tonight. So that should be quite tasty. Alright, so the next thing is we're just going to, I put in everything except the plum sauce. I just wanted to see what the consistency is like. So I put it on my magic bullet, all of it in there, it's all ready to go. Now you can probably see that's fairly thick. It's not flowing well, but we want it fairly thick because we want it to be like a paste that goes over the top of the tenderloin. So what I'm doing is just small bursts and let the heavy bits settle. And I think we're probably as far as we need to go. We'll be able to see when we pour it out. So really difficult, wasn't it? Oh gosh, I'm sweating. Just the thought of doing all of that. I'm now going to have to walk all the way to the garbage bin and put those away. Oh gosh. Have a quick look at that. Okay, gosh, it's hard work. my cooking definitely requires a lot of work. Now, of course, I've got the extra exercise, Jamie, if you're watching this, of putting these back in the fridge. And, you know, that's about it, really. Seriously. It tastes like I slaved in the kitchen, which is why I wanted to share it. Okay, bye-bye for now. All right, everybody, so now it's 4:02. I made the mashed potato. I put it in there just to grill. Don't know if you can see it there. Maybe if I opened it up, you would see it there. All right, so that's grilling. That will be grilling anyway. I could, of course, do it on my super duper infrared grill, but I don't need to. And just to let you know, in half an hour, the 2 tenderloins were warm enough that I could separate them. So now I'm just turning that over them. I'm still cooking it on this the lowest heat they can go. And they're cooking just nicely. Once I've got all the 4 sides cooking, I am going to do the last part of it just roasting. Or maybe put them on my barbecue. What do you call it? Rotisserie, once that is finished. But whatever it is, in the meantime, I have still not decided whether I need the plum sauce. What did I do while all that was going on? Made the mashed potato, did that. Oh, I put the wash on, was busy doing the wash. I've taken some buns out of the deep freeze, just in case anybody's hungry, because sometimes people get more hungry than others. And then what I'm going to do is make extra gravy, because everybody in this household are great gravy fans, so I'm going to do some gravy as well to go with it. So that's it for now. I'll come back to you in a bit. Hello everybody, it's just while the potatoes are busy getting a crusty top on them, grilling on my slow grill. I am here, I'm just, as you can see, the website, just to make sure that when you guys come on, to check that it says we'll be on broadcasting in 3 hours and 46 minutes and 30 seconds, and that we'll be on Tiny Chat. That's correct, it's nighttime. So there you go. Alright, and I forget to do this a lot of the time, so luckily everybody knows that, and they just double check on the website. You know, they just know if it's at night time it's Tiny Chat, and if it's during the day it's Vaughn. So that's good, that works, I can put that away. And now the next thing is the Christmas tree. And the time now is, let's just double check, 4:13. I've been down to go and just check on the wash there. Everything's going well. So, Christmas tree is next. Okay, now I put my camera down on my bed without turning it off as a doofus moment for you. But I'm just going to get into my Facebook page because I just realized that the Christmas tree is part of my 10-minute challenge for people. So we're going to put up a 10-minute challenge. Just bear with me while I do that. I'll be right back. Seriously, everybody, it's beginning to look a lot less like Christmas, isn't it? So there's the final part of the puzzle. That tree needs to come down. I've got the box all ready over there. Oh, I lie. There are a few things here that need to get packed up. But I think basically that's everything from the living room once that's done. Yep, as I look around, it's all gone. So yay! Okay, so goodbye tree. We'll see you next year. So I started off by trying to put the big piece in first with the stand, and I couldn't get the rest of it in, so I'm exhausted now. I'm going to take the big piece out, try putting the small pieces in first and see if that's the way it goes. And if it does, I'm going to write it on the box this time. Well, that looks like the way to do it, so I'm going to write that on the box so that next year I don't battle it again. So what I did was I just put a little drawing on there to remind me to start with the frame. That's the first thing, right there. Put the frame in first. Then at the bottom, put the small part of the tree, the medium part of the tree, and then put the big part of the tree on top of it. End of problems. So now all I've got to do is close the lid. How many of you are laughing about that one? Yeah, I am too. As you can see, the just browned the top of the mashed potato for this evening, and that looks pretty. I'm out of breath because I've been doing the tree. One thing my mum always taught me was that it's not about the food you prepare, it's the way that it looks affects the way people eat it. And it also it also affects the way that they perceive it, if you like. So that's one thing she taught me that I really value, because if you put it in a nice bowl and, you know, grill the top of it, looks a lot more appetizing than, you know, chunks of mashed potato just thrown on your plate. I don't know why. Of course, it will become chunks of mashed potato thrown on your plate, but they get to see this first. Well, hello everybody, this is me again, and I now am at 4:46. That's working really well. I'm going to put that into roast now for the last hour. We know that's done. I'm going to do the peas and carrots. These should be, yeah, they're softening up nicely. We'll put those into warm at the last moment. We've got that there. We just need gravy and vegetables and make it all look pretty, and then it's going to be great. Now, whilst I was busy thinking about these things, I actually was in playing with my new phone, and what I did is I actually recorded a little bit of footage in my bedroom in very low light, just to see what that's like and to see the quality of the video. The only one way you can do it is to try it. Now if that works, it means that I can actually go out sometimes and not have my camera with me. If something happens with my camera, I've got a feeling that the quality of that video is probably good enough. So we'll do some testing with that during the week. Alright, time for vegetables and gravy. Bye for now. While I'm thinking about it, I was thinking I should really talk about the fact that I can't live without this gizmo. This is one of those oven temperature things that you actually can stick into your meat, which is what I'm going to do right now with one hand. That'll be interesting. Anyway, so what I've done, just hang on a second before I do that. The right temperature, as you can see, if I can get this out of the way, for pork that's done is 79 degrees C. The ambient temperature in my kitchen at the moment is 22, which I didn't know, but that's pleasant to know. So now I'm going to stick this little doodad into one end. That's difficult to do, wasn't it? Okay, so I've stuck that into one end of the meat, as you can see. And wow, already that end of the meat is up to 68. So guess what? We're not that far away. Now obviously that isn't in the center. So I think what I'm going to do is put this in again on the larger piece and put it in the center. See how I did that? And the temperature there is done. Look at that. How is that possible? Not sure. So now what I'm going to do then is just grill this and then keep it warm, because apparently it's done. Now you notice that I put the things that I did in the magic bullet, just spread it over the top, right? So I'm going to grill this now to make it caramelized and wonderful. And I noticed that that particular apricot didn't even get shredded up. That's okay. You know, it's doofus cooking. It's not perfect cooking. But the main thing is it's going to taste wonderful. And so then what I'm going to do is make a gravy as well. And just put the gravy right over the top of it. And that'll pick up some of the sweetness of the stuff that we're going to grill on top of it. So I'm just going to put it in the grill to really caramelize the top so it looks wonderful. Right, we'll do that next. Some of you will remember that this fancy oven I've got has a choice between what they call the speed broil low or the speed broil high. If you put it on speed broil high, you don't want glass on it. So it automatically defaults to high, so I'm going to put it on low, and then I'm going to change. So now we're going to start it. Now if you put it on high and close the door here, it will actually be so hot it will crack the glass. So we don't do that, we just put it on. Actually you can see the reflection, right, of those normal burners. So we're just going to let it do that, and it'll probably really push up the heat, but maybe not so much inside, but it'll certainly be done. So I can let that crisp up a bit. And we are now at 4:56, and we've got another half hour to go to get everything ready, and we're just about done. We like that. We're just making the gravy here, and just for those of you who want to know how I make my gravy, it's always a personal thing, but I use Bisto in mine. I really love Bisto as a base for gravy. I also use something called Better Than Bouillon. So I'm busy with the gravy side of it, sorry, the Bisto side of it here. I put in probably half a teaspoon, if that, maybe half a teaspoon of the Better Than Bouillon. I love this stuff to bits. It's available in Canada in most of our stores, supermarket stores. Not so sure if it is in the States or not. I got a feeling that I had to take some down to some friends of mine once. But it might be there by now for all I know. The trick with any sauce or gravy is keep stirring it, alright? What most people do wrong is they sort of put it on and go back and find out it's lumpy. And it's, you know, a little bit difficult to get it unlumpy. But if you just keep stirring it, it actually works really well. What I notice is that this is not really getting that much thicker. So I've got just about the right consistency of gravy to flour in it. I think for me, I like my gravies just a little bit. This is just a little bit runny for me. So I'm going to mix up just a little bit of flour and water. And you can use cornstarch and just thicken it that way for those of you who do that. That's also fine. In fact, I'll probably do that. Just put a bit of cornstarch in it to thicken it up. And then the only other thing I have left to do is just to grill the apples, and I'll do that next and show you how I do that. Okay, so all I did is we just have Canadian cornstarch here. I've just mixed up about a tablespoonful with some water, that's all. As you can see, the gravy now is boiling away nicely. It has thickened up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just take it off the heat, because one of the things that is bound to happen is if you add the cornstarch when it's on the boil, it's going to be probably quite interesting. Anyway, we're going to try it. You know what it's like, it's doofus cooking, so it's fine. So I'm just going to stir this up. That's cornstarch, a little bit of cornstarch. And as you can see, that has changed the gravy. And now people are coming upstairs, so I'm going to stop recording now. But that looks great. It's exactly what I wanted. It's that much thicker. That's good. So we just let this carry on cooking quietly, and as you can see, it's got a nice sort of crusty top to it. We are now definitely cooked. 79 was done. So we're good to go. And Wade's here, and he's going to carve it up for us while I do the onion, the apple, and then I'll show you how I do it. So this is what they look like before we carve them up. Oh, I know what we're going to do. Get a plate for Wade to put them on. Then in the meantime, we have got the leftovers here. I'm going to add the gravy to this, mix it all up and put it back in to keep warm. I took what is called a cora, if any of you have got one of those. And you just literally take the core out of the center of an apple, and I'm just going to slice it and grill it. Everybody, we've cut the apple. There it is. And by the way, I didn't clean the grill off at all in any way. It's got all the juices that the pork made, you know, stuck to it, and we're just going to grill it for a little bit and put it on top of whatever we're eating. Should taste wonderful. Of course, I have slaved over this meal. Don't forget that. Oh! slaved. You watched me do it, right? Alright, so here we are. We've got the grilled apple. We've got everything ready. Say hi to the peeps, Ange.
Hi.
Okay. And so now we're just going to serve up. I think we've got everything ready. We've got seconds ready. We've got the apple doing seconds there, because we nearly always have seconds. And we're ready to go. Butter. That's it. We're done. Bye-bye.